Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Messi Skylines series, Ardes, and this is actually part 23. We are coming very close to getting a very decent looking old town, so yes, I think we will definitely work there for some more time. In this episode mainly we will be building an opera, but at first, for the first 10 minutes we will just be working on our train that goes right through our town with this elevated, I think we call it wall later on, so this elevated wall beneath it, and actually this whole thing will be completely changed now because there's a network that got released that's a wall that is like fought for rails, and it is fought for just like an elevated railway, so I thought this should be perfect. Here you can see me just trying out all different things, and I will decide for the left one. The right one will be later on used in another area, but for now we will go on with this one here. This is a whole pack of them. It is about 4 or 5 of them, and they're looking so good, so I'm completely in love with them and they're awesome to use. So with the opera house that we're building today, we are finally giving this whole train line kind of a use because it is on the next station. And finally we have some people, I think 5 people per week are using it, so this is something kind of great for me because finally I can see people using this, and this will be extended way into the area soon, but for now it is just like these 2 stations, and we will think about getting it ahead in one of the next episodes. So as you can see there, these walls you can move right next to the train, and they're looking so good. So you can always make sure if they have enough space, and when you're moving them right there, it is looking so cool when train is moving ahead and going right there, because it is looking better than the one that I had, because they had these like normal vanilla railways on top of it, and kind of the arch color was kind of weird for me. So I just like made it completely kind of new there, and I'm very happy with how it looks, because now we can also connect it to the stations and get rid of this weird gap there, because you had a flying gap in the middle, and I had to think how we could get rid of it, and this was the perfect way for me. So here for the train, for the streets are going beneath them, you have another network, and you can make something kind of a bridge. And this is actually looking pretty cool, this archway, but it's very small, so I have to downgrade the roads beneath it. It isn't that much of a problem, but this is just something that I found out that I have to do. They're fitting perfectly in, and yes, I love this network. So I love this network pack, and I can definitely recommend it if you want to do something kind of an elevated railway somewhere in your city. So with this just like built and there, I was thinking, okay, so we need something like more tourist attractions or tourist magnets in our city, and what is there better than an old opera house? So a lot of European cities have them, nearly all of them, and they're also looking very cool. So this was something that I wanted to do, and it's looking so good. So I'm actually recorded so much of me building this opera house. It is split in 2 parts. This is also the reason that it was just one small cinematic, because I didn't want to show too much from the other side, because the other side is completely rebuilt in the next episode. So this old town is getting very big, and I thought this should be a kind of large one, because this is a city that is something kind of staying in time, and not staying in time, it's having a lot of old buildings, so there it's something like a thriving city with the whole office park that we built, but it's also kind of an old city. So right now you can just see me going ahead with our main road there and getting the highway fixed, because it was looking kind of weird there and in there, and I will definitely have to rework it all over the map, but we will do this step by step, so it isn't just an episode just building highways. Although if some of you want to have an episode just me building highways, just write in the comments, and then I will pack it all into one video, because this is quite a lot of work, but I think it will definitely be worth it. So there you can see me placing them from Ronnie X60 something, I think. I would have to look for his name, but you definitely know him when you place his Skylines and mod it by yourself, because there are a lot of awesome buildings by him. So I'm actually right now building something in Blender, and this is something that I want to show you right now. And yes, we will see each other in kind of a live play in Blender. Until then, in some seconds, see ya. So here we are in Blender, and there you can see what I'm working on. It is a trailer, and actually I'm quite happy with the shape of it. I also used some real sketches from the real world and just like build it after them. And yes, so basically the only thing that is pretty safe that it will be like it is this side here and these rusty beams. I love this rust look. It is an impressive thing that I've watched on YouTube, and it's just awesome. I actually like this bottom quite a lot right now. The only thing that I have to work on are the tires. As you can see, I'm trying different things, and whoops. Yes, so the only thing pretty sure is done is are the beams there and the side there. There will definitely be some backlights, and this will be definitely placed in my city. Maybe also this side here will be changed, and I'm kind of trying to get something like with the mapping to get myself kind of own a company in my city and make an advertisement on this side there. So this would be something that I would appreciate quite a lot. So this is something that I'm working on since about 2 weeks or so. So you can see I'm not that extremely good on Blender, but I think it's okay. So yeah, there could you've seen what I'm doing on Blender right now and what I definitely want to add in this city. So I mainly want to use Blender for props right now, because when I need a prop of something, I want to kind of build it by myself and not have to look always on Steam workshops to just like also do something by myself. So there you can see the new route of our highway is pretty much on the edge of the water of our river there, and the reason for this is that I think this river will definitely have the problem of flowing over, so we will build there something kind of a national park, I think we can call it, and this national park will have something like some retaining walls that should keep the water where it is. So yes, right now you can just like see there me deleting all of the highway and replacing it, because this is something that I wanted to do since quite a while, because it was a very weird looking thing until now, due to the fact that we were just like having a national road going into a highway. As I'm doing it there again, as I already said, I will have an episode or more where we will just build highways. So for a highway going there will definitely be some changes, because I want to have a highway exit there, and I wanted to have a very natural looking flow, and I want to do something very cool there, I have to say. So I have to admit, this will be quite a big project. It will also have a gas station, stuff like this on it, so this is something that I'm planning since some episodes. So right now you can just like see me building the second side of the highway, and we're finally finishing it off and are able to build something different once again. And it is just like the opera is such a cool building, so it's looking so cool, and it is actually operating finally, and it is having something like some people park generators, so that I have actually people going there and just like sitting there in the park and watching other people or watching birds. So this was something that I wanted to do, and I think it worked out quite well, so yes, this is something that I've wanted to implement. So definitely let me hear your opinion about my trade-up, because I will have the possibility to change it, and I definitely think I will change some things on it. I'm also planning to do some props, just like maybe a tank, an old one, a rusty one I want to try, because this is something that isn't that hard and that can definitely look pretty cool in our city. So just like something like this put up tanks there, and yes, it is just like that I'm right now in the fever of having the possibility to do it all by myself and not having to go to the Steam workshop. So here I'm just like we're aligning the heights a bit, but they're definitely weird at this point, but I will change them once we will detail this whole area, because it is just like that I want to have some basic stuff going on there. So there at first I wanted to place this one, but this is way too small, so I've searched for opera. And then there was this one, and as you know, I've then used this one. We will also build something from my hometown, the Technische Universität from Vienna, and this is something that I wanted to do because it is just such a cool building and it's so big, so we can make something like a very expensive area to go to live in, just like kind of the open bar from Vienna, or so like an area where we would have this. I'm also thinking about getting something like kind of an event area like this, and with a lot of security and just a lot of expensive cars staying around, so this is something that I think that would look very cool. So there I had my struggles how I want to just like redesign this land and how I want to use it, and I decided there would be a lot of gardens around it, so I've let a lot of place there and just built the old town around it. So I've also recorded some of the old town building, but not everything, because it would take hours. It actually took about 4 hours, I think, to get everything in place, so yeah, you don't have to see all of it because it is always the same. Here, as you can see, I was speeding it up suddenly, and this is due to the fact that I'm now just placing buildings, and this video would be about 40 minutes if I would keep it on the same speed, and so I thought this may be a good idea so that I have the possibility to show you everything that I did, but not having to do a video of 40 to 50 minutes. So I think this is actually extremely cool what I did there, and I would appreciate it if you would just like give me some feedback and comments for it, because it took me quite a lot of time to do this, and yeah, it would help me quite a lot to just hear your feedback and what it could do better, what it should change. So yes, here I'm just choosing the fence, and I've gone with a very easy fence because this is a public park and you can actually go there. So maybe the story behind this whole place is this opera building was from a private owner, and the original owner died, and the other owner said, okay, so we'll open it for the public. And this is something that is quite casually in Europe when you have some castles that the private persons that are buying them are telling people, yeah, they can visit it for a small amount to pay, so that they can just like also earn some money and get the buildings to keep looking how they are and not to rust away or stuff like this. So we will right now start with our park, and this park is extremely cool in my opinion, because this park is like, it's kind of having this old touch, but it's also having this modern pond in the middle, so it is more made for the public, I would say. And yes, so I will right now leave you for this video, because I don't know what I want to tell you more, and it would just be annoying for you to hear me all the time, I would say. So yes, thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this, I would appreciate if you'd consider liking this video, and if you want to see more and you want to stay up to date, I would appreciate if you'd consider subscribing to me. And if you want to tell me anything, please write in the comments and I will answer you. And yes, thank you and have a great day. Bye.